Here we go. Here we go, boys. Neighborhood picks, wacky Wednesday NFL. Patty, welcome.
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Chilling.
Well, here we are. We got a month of fantasy under our belts, and we got a lot of shit brewing in the leagues now. We got a lot of cockiness going from the top guys. We got under rankings just to mess with us. And we got fantasy things going on that are really, really stickers, especially me.
Everything's heating up. We got about a month of data in. Trends are starting. People are starting to figure out trends. We're seeing pretenders and contenders. We're seeing everything pan out. It's pretty cool so far.
I'd like to give myself the fuck up of the season so far early. I dropped Melvin Gordon Friday because I felt like Devonte was just going to take the load. And Jamal Williams tore the ACL, so I'm in trouble now. I need a back. Everybody and their mother's offering me this guy and that guy for Cup. I can't just get Cooper Kupp up unless I get like their best receiver and their best back. Cooper Kupp he's got 106 fantasy points. The only two people that have more fantasy points than Cooper Kupp right now are Lamar and Josh Allen by a few. The guy's averaging 27 a game. That's an NBA score.
That's an NBA score. That's for real.
James Harden average.
Well, Cooper Kupp is the clear-cut number one, and that leads us into something that I wanted to talk about, and what you were talking about too is when we were saying before is the landscape of fantasy is changing, where you just said Cooper Kupp is the number one player scoring besides the two quarterbacks. And I think that the way the trend is happening is wide receivers are becoming more of the bell cow of teams instead of running backs. Would you agree?
I agree 100%. It's when I started fantasy 17, 18 seasons ago, 9 to 10 backs went in the first round. It was the running backs were all the most important by far. And then you went to your receivers. But now it's not even close. I mean, I know guys, including myself, the one league that I'm 3-1 in, I'm one. This is the most leagues I've ever been in. In the two town leagues, I'm 1-3, right? In my childhood friends league, all over the country, I'm 2-2. In the one league, the other league that I'm in, the fourth league, I had the number one pick. So I was feeling frisky. I'm like, I'm in 3 leagues already. I'm doing what I want to do. I don't give a fuck. It's the best league it's my best team. You know who I took number one? Guess who I took one? They were calling me a fucking idiot, everything. Justin Jefferson. I said, fuck it. I want Jefferson. I'm 3-1 in that league. That's the only league I'm over 500 in. I'm 1-3, 1-3, 2-2, 3-1. The team that I drafted Jefferson first, got him. Shit. It's a receivers league. It's a receivers league now. I'm looking at the top guys. Here's the tops. Tell me when I hit a running back. Count them off. Lamar, that's 1, right? 2, Josh Allen. 3, Cooper Kupp. 4, Jalen Hurts. 5, Diggs. 6, Mahomes. 7, Tyreek. 8, Jared Goff. We're still not at a running back. 9 is a tie between Jefferson and Saquon. And look how great Saquon is playing. And Jefferson had already 1 or 2 dud games, and they got the same amount of points. Your point exactly.
I think that the wide receivers are now taking over. And what happened was, if you look back to drafts, the number 1, 2, 3, 4 picks were Taylor, McCaffrey, Henry, Cook, Eckler, and Najee. And right now, if you reverse it, we're 4 weeks into the season. When I name those running backs, would you rather have on your team Kupp, Jefferson, Diggs? Would you rather have those guys than a couple of those running backs I named on your team?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All day. I would take
here too. It's change.
Okay, look how easy it is. If we had to name the Mount Rushmore of receivers, we know it's Kupp, Diggs, Jefferson, and probably Adams.
Adams or maybe Chase. That would be the only.
Chase is right there. Yeah. So it could be either one of them on the Mount Rushmore. And those guys are putting up points. I mean,
Those
you're
guys.
talking about Cup, 106 points.
Tyreek Hill can belong in that category too.
Tyreek Hill, 92 fantasy points already. Diggs, 96. Cup, 106.
I'd rather have even Tyreek, like Chase and Adams. I'd rather have on my fantasy team right now than guys like Dalvin Cook or banged up JT right now with Matt Ryan. I don't know about that shaky offense, you know.
Look at the disparage. The leading receivers when I'm looking at the fantasy points. I'm in the hundreds, 100, 90 something. I go over to the running backs. Number one is 86, Saquon. Now think about this. Saquon, he can't possibly produce any more than he has. But we know Jefferson, with 2 quiet games, backed up by 2 good games, he's got the same amount of points as Saquon, and we know he's even got another level. It's impossible to ask Saquon to do more than he's doing, but he's got the same amount of points as Jefferson. The ceiling on the running backs is much lower than the ceiling on the receivers, especially with the invention and the innovation of the rocket screens. When you're in PPR leagues, when I was a kid, you had to drop the fuck back. Now they're saying, well, he leads the league in air yards. Every pass was a fucking air yard 20 years ago. Every pass, you drop back and you threw it down the field. Now you get 10 plays a game. Hike, boom, screen,
quick slant, quick rock, yeah.
Opening play of London. I don't know if you were awake. Opening play of London. Jefferson had a quiet game the week before. Kirk Cousins gets the snap, trips left. Here's how they start the game. Hike, here, Jet. They threw him a whipped 5-yard screen, and he made a run just to get him going. So he gets the catch, and he gets the yards.
And say he does break it. Say he makes that corner miss. He breaks 15. That's 1 for 15 already. Right. And then that's the play of the game. And what I think is trending too is I'd rather have a bunch of good running backs because with the injuries that wide receivers. I'd rather have a bunch of good wide receivers because the injuries that happen to running backs and things like that, every week the running back landscape is changing.
And
with
guys murky.
Up, down. It's more becoming spot starts. If you don't have, like, think about this. We just named so easily the Mount Rushmore of wide receivers.
Right.
Name the Mount Rushmore of running backs. You have Saquon, Chubb. Like, those are 1, 2.
Saquon's
and then
got to be on there right now. If we named them today, Saquon's got to be on there. Who would be number 2?
Chubb.
Okay. Now, you know those 2 are legit.
Just on the past and the way that I've seen him be a horse and things happen, even though I might say Derrick Henry. But like
Henry, the only reason I put him on is because he's such a devastating runner. Usually a one-trick pony back, I would say no, but he's so good, you got to put him on also.
The only other guy on that route, Mount Rushmore, I would believe right now would be maybe an Austin Eckler or JT. You know, like
anytime you got a back like Eckler that rushes 13 for 60, but catches 6 for 50, that's value. That's the new age running back. Is Austin Eckler a better tailback than one of these real horses that puts up shit? No. Is Austin Eckler a better runner between the tackles than probably Melvin Gordon right now? Probably not. But he's way better in fantasy.
Yeah, because
I see guys spend their fucking fab wads on Gordon. When Devonte went down, I don't know. Is that I'm not saying if it's good or bad. What do you think about that? Like running backs could fuck your team up.
I think that it's tough if you don't have and again, we're already getting hazy on it. Like Dalvin Cook, he's been playing well, he does good, but I'm not happy with it. I see Madison in there a lot, even with Chubb. Chubb has those great games, and then I see Kareem Hunt in there, stealing stuff away. I'd rather have guys like Diggs, Adams, Chase, Cooper Kupp, Jefferson. I'd rather have Tyreek, horses like that on my team, to really pull my team and pull them along than running back. I'm not happy if I see Aaron Jones in my running back slot.
That's where I'm going with this.
I'm not oh my gosh, I could definitely win this week. I'm not happy when I see that. But if I see Diggs and Jefferson in them, I'm happy.
Is the new way of the future in fantasy, were we a little bit ahead of our time when we started talking about it last year and playing around with it? Would you rather, I'm thinking with the way the running backs are now, it might be better, like we were saying, to have both backs on your fantasy team This way, there is no getting screwed. You could have a 1A back over here and a 1A back over there, and they could both get screwed that day. But if you have like a Aaron Jones and a Dillon, put them in the backfield, you get 13 carries on the drive, you get the touchdown. Who gives a shit where it comes from? So if one of them puts up a 39, the other one puts up a 3, you just got 42 from your running backs. And don't you want about that? You're playing the averages, aren't you? It might be better to have teammates.
Even Hunt and Chubb is those guys that carry the offense, and they do that. I know you had that last year, but that's another duo I wouldn't mind having. And even though before they got hurt, and I mean I hate Denver, but even like Javonte and Melvin, like they were
one for the future. I got one for the future. Keep your eye on Brees and Carter, 2 talented backs. They're kids. The whole team is kids, but if they mature, those are 2 talented backs.
Want to know who's had a good year, and the way that you would want it is the Lions offense is you'd want to have DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams.
That's another good one.
Is both of them are having very good years. You could have started both of them throughout this whole season. If you had the Lions running backs in your starting running backs throughout the season, you'd be. Then what happens is then DeAndre Swift goes down. You still have one of the backs. You're still locked with that. And if you pick the right offense, if you lock into that backfield, I don't know, maybe that could be the way the new trend is going, because it's just the running back landscape is so crazy and so up and down. It's all over the place.
I didn't even realize this. Do you know where Jamal Williams is in the NFL fantasy points?
He's up.
You know where he's ranked?
He had 3 games with 2 touchdowns.
Saquon is number 1, 86 points. Nick Chubb, 1/2 of a point behind, 85.6. I'm going by sleepers because so far in my life, that's been the most legit app to me. So I'm down to sleepers. So it's a little different from league to league.
Jamal Williams, 3?
Saquon, 86, number 1. Chubb, 85.6, number 2. Eckler, 77.8, number 3, right? Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the 4 hole. Big surprise, because he's been underproducing for a couple years.
Yeah.
Jamal Williams, 5th in the whole NFL, production from running back, 72 points. Let's take a look at his game log. Rushing attempts, this is what I like. 11, 12, 20, and 19. That's a nice chunk. If you got a back getting 10 and up carries and his catches, he's got a catch in every game.
So those are 2 guys. So who's after Jamal Williams in the running back landscape?
Christian McCaffrey's below him.
Okay, then who else?
Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders. Now look at Derrick Henry. The fucking guy hasn't caught a pass in 17 years. I love him as a runner, but if he doesn't catch anything, what good is he? Is he really more valuable than a guy who catches 5 bubble screens? I took the check down gobbler last year when I needed a Band-Aid. Now, I love Henry, right? But the check down gobbler, J.D. McKissick, the check down gobbler, he would end the game with 13 fucking total yards, 8 catches, 11 yards for like a 19. There's ways to fuck around and like not cheat, but there are ways to Band-Aid your teams with the way the NFL is being played if you catch on to it.
I agree with you 100%. You can Band-Aid your team and do those things. And that's funny that you said that. Jamal Williams, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Then you got Miles Sanders up there. Now your wide receivers, I'm sure.
You don't get fucking surprise wide receivers. Your running backs, it's like a fucking crapshoot.
The only surprise wide receiver this year, I would say, would be St. Brown Soup, Amon St. Brown. That would be the only one.
But he still came out like a gangbuster.
Yeah, and I'm sure if you went on to the wide receivers, I'm sure it's your usual suspects, right? In like the top 5.
Look, wide receiver leaders.
Cup, Jeffrey. Yeah, go through it. Usual suspects.
Wide receiver leaders, points. Cooper Kupp, 106. See, I'm in the hundreds.
Yeah.
The best running back who maximizes his production is at 85. So that just goes to show you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cooper Kupp, 106. All right, that's in the fucking enigma. Excuse my language. I'm fired up today. Stephen Diggs, number 2, 96.6. What have we been saying? Tyreek Hill, number 3, 93. Justin Jefferson, he had 2 disappearing weeks and he still got 86. That's as much as Saquon.
And he's had 2 disappearing. He had 1 week where he had like 1 catch for 13 yards. That's disappearing. So that shows you how high of a ceiling they have. So who's after Jefferson? Name the next couple.
Number 6, Jalen Waddle. Number 7, Hollywood Brown. Number 8.
All right, That's not a usual
Number
suspect.
eight with one less game, Raman St. Brown. What's his name?
St. Brown, Amon Ram St. Brown, something.
Rama St. Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Brown soup, St. Brown soup.
Ram that motherfucker up the.
Who's after him? Is Chase up there after him?
Chase ain't even in the ballpark so far.
Wow.
Chase is okay. I just found it. Let me count it. 1, 2, 3.
No,
4,
who's
5,
after?
6,
Name the next couple after St. Brown soup.
Okay, St. Brown is 8. Right after him is Devonte Adams, 73.
There you go.
Brown, 71.
So think about that. So Devonte Adams is number 9 with 73, right?
Yes.
I'm sure he'll jump up there, but he has 73.
He's
so
number 9.
And that's about the number 3 running back, right? Who is number 3?
I'm going to tell you the number 9 running back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The number 9 running back is Aaron Jones with 60. The average is the backs are not producing as much as the receivers.
What about who's the number 5 back? What does he have? How many points does he have?
1, 2, 3, 4. Jamal Williams, 72.6.
So you're telling me right now that Jamal Williams has the same points as Devonte Adams, and he's number 5. He's had 2 TDs, and Javonte
yes.
He has more to his game. I can see him. He's only had 1 TD so far this year too. He has more.
But just imagine that. Look how can you? There's no way if anyone is gonna sit and tell us with a straight face lie that they knew that they could get the 75.6 in a month with Jamal Williams.
As they did with Adams.
Then Adams,
you're production on your fantasy team. It's the same production.
The running backs have been potluck, total potluck. All these guys that are winning with these crazy running backs. Let's see if that's sustainable. I like the fact that even at 1 and 3. I got my Herbert. I got my Cup. Godwin hasn't seen the field yet for my team because I had to bench him last week to see if he's doing good. Goddard is the tight end on a 4-0 fucking team. So, T-Rich, P-Riz, C-Rich, the Richardson brothers. You want to get cocky now? You know where that is? You know where that is? This house. This house. You're going to have to take it off me. You think 1 and 3 scares me?
1 and 3 doesn't scare you.
You don't scare me. I get up every time off the canvas.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get these mother. Don't let me start cursing. You know what, Ryan? Hey, Ryan. You know what? I'm curious to see the JFFL power rankings later in our league because you should be number 1.
Oh no, not number 1 yet, but we're moving there. We're moving up.
Not number 1. Wait, where's your team? Let me see. Hold on. What's your team name? Where are you, Pat?
I don't know.
Oh, I see. You didn't want to say your team name. I'll keep it under wraps. Okay, let's look at your roster. Josh Allen. Oh, my God. Josh Allen. Okay, he's the number 1 guy, right? Barkley, the best running back in football. Jefferson, the best receiver other than Kupp. Damian Pierce. Is that kid that's going crazy for the Texans? Oh, my God. T. Higgins, my favorite player. Freiermuth. I was just making fun of him. I said, I got Dawson Knox, and a guy named fucking Freiermuth is doubling him up every week. You got him too?
Yeah.
Let's see who's your flex. You got to have weak flexes, though. Let's see. Chris Olave and Mike Williams in your flex? Oh, my God. Listen. Guys, I'm not trying to hate on T-Rich and these guys, but there's no way that their roster is better than that. And what's your record?
3-1.
Is anybody 4-0 in our league?
Yeah, C-Rich.
C-Rich. Okay, so maybe C-Rich will be 1, but you got to be 2 with that roster and those points. And you got Mike Williams and Olave in your flex. The only thing that would make you better, nothing could make you better. You got Gabe Davis on your bench and Ayuk and McKenzie. You got all the Buffalo studs on your bench. So if something happens, you got the other one. I like that. You know what, Patty? I'm making you the favorite right now to win the Super Bowl.
All right, we can come out with the odds. I like fantasy talk we had.
I'm gonna rank C-Rich 1 right now. I'm gonna rank you 2. These are the unofficial rankings because the official ones come out by you know who. But I'm gonna rank you number 2 right now, and I'm gonna rank myself like 7th. If that motherfucker puts me 10, there's gonna be some furniture moving. If I see my name in the 10th spot, we're gonna have to have a talk, me and him.
Got the number 1 overall score, and you're still 1 and 3.
Let me tell you something. I got the belt. I got the belt. It's gonna be over the shoulder. When you see me in South when I'm down south next week, you're gonna see me with the belt on location with the championship belt when I'm when I'm 2-3 after the win.
On the avenue.
And you know what I like? Look, there's 10 teams. 6 of us get in. Number 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6 are all 1 and 3. I'm 0 games back out of the last spot, so it's not time to panic yet.
No panic time yet.
I lost Gordon, but I'd rather. Hey, I'm not Gordon. Williams. Tell me if you were me, and then we're gonna wrap this up because we're gonna get to teams. Would you? I think I might have got lucky. Devonte Williams tore his ACL. Yeah, that's bad. But who would you, if somebody had to tear their ACL and they said, okay, it's going to be Devonte or your big dog receiver like Diggs or Cup or Jefferson? It's going to be, you're going to take Devonte to tear his ACL, right? If you're going to lose one of those guys, you're not going to lose Jefferson or Cup. Those are my big guys in those leagues.
Yeah, you're right. And the ball, the way everything's happened, you don't want to wish that upon anyone, though.
Real quick, the trickiest of all the seasons, then we're going to wrap it. Tight end leaders. Because I'm all fucked up with the tight ends. You ready? I bet you. I want you to guess.
I'm going to go.
All right, you know who's number 1. Don't overthink number 1.
Andrews or Kelsey. That's got to be 1, 2.
You just nailed it. Okay, so now listen to their points. Kelsey, 78.3. So that's pretty good. But it's not even close to the top receiver. Just like we said. Mark Andrews, 68. He's in his fucking 60s. The number 2 tight end's in the 60s. There's no tight ends this year, like tearing the league up.
I mean, number 3, I would have to say, because the week he had last week would be TJ Hawkinson.
You got the list in front of you over there?
No.
Hey, I'm trying to look over, right? That's how stupid I am. I'm trying to look over.
You're nuts.
All right, everybody, listen. Kelsey, 78. Andrews, 2nd. TJ Hawkins is 3rd in the whole NFL at 64. Number 4th. Very happy to see this because I thought maybe he's done, but he had a good week last week. Zach Ertz is 4.
Ooh, okay.
And who went crazy this week? Who went crazy? Not a Charger, but he's in the same state.
Oh, Kittle?
Higbee, remember?
Oh, Higbee.
Higbee's 5th in the whole NFL, and Everett is right under him at 6th.
We were talking about Everett, too.
And Everett's available in our leagues.
Where's Njoku?
I'm taking Everett right now. How about that one?
You ain't taking shit.
I'm grabbing him right now. Who should I drop? Pollard, Robert Woods, Jacoby Myers, or Mostert? I need Mostert. I got no fucking money about it. Should I drop Myers or Woods or Pollard?
I don't know. You love Tony.
I love Tony Pollard, but fuck him, man. He's giving me bad vibes too.
I don't know. Who the fuck is throwing the ball to Jacoby Myers? Blake Zappi?
Zappi. He sounds Italian, so I'm going to go with him. Anybody sounds semi-Italian?
The Boley?
You know what I'm saying? Ooh, Gerald Everett is a good tight end. I could even flex him out sometimes. Oh, I don't know.
Who's your tight end?
Robert Woods is projected to have a 14. He hasn't caught more than 4 balls. I looked at his game log. He caught 1, 3, 3, and 3.
Hurt.
He's hurt?
Traylon's out.
Oh, Traylon's out. That's why. Can you hear me? I didn't just mute you, did I?
No, Traylon's out.
Good. Oh, Traylon's out. I want to pick up Gerald Everett, but I don't want to drop anyone.
All right, well, fucking, you think about that. Wrap this up. Fucking cut it out. We'll figure it out.
And then we'll get to a look ahead on the spreads.
Yeah.
We don't have to make our picks, but let's definitely dive into those games on episode 2 today.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up.
And neighborhood picks, JFFL, get your jollies now. Because
you're going down.
Next year's champ is right there. Hey, slap me 5, Ryan. Slap me 5. Give me a high 5. Give me a high 5 to the thing. No, the other way. You're going to match me, you fucker. There you go. Hey, listen, thanks for coming on. I'm going to regroup. We're going to take a little dive into the games coming up. And I'll talk to you in a little bit. Wacky Wednesdays, neighborhood picks. And, oh, shit. Did I stop the video yet? No, I didn't.